I have here with me some exceptional women that are just representing women in general. Women are very dynamic beings, and we always have so much going on. We have families, we have jobs, we have businesses, so many responsibilities. But what I want to ask them, and they're not speaking necessarily for themselves, but just representing women as a whole. How are some ways that we, their communities, their friends, their family, husbands, brothers, sisters, how can we support them, stand by them to help them be more balanced in their lives when they seem like they're slacking or they're struggling to keep that balance? How can we, and what are some of the things that we or you guys, the audience, can do to help them in that? And I will start with the first one over here.
Our men, you are the head and the king of our household. We want to feel your love, your support, your encouragement. We want you to support our dreams so that we'll be able to feel secured and stable in our family. When you do this, there will be unity for the betterment of our future and our children's future.
Fathers, our brothers, please remind us young ladies to have rest. We work, we do school, we come home. We have to take care of the family when our moms are at work. And sometimes there is no time to sleep or take care of ourselves. So please, fathers, brothers, remind us to sleep, remind us to take a break, remind us that we need to rest our brains.
I'm speaking on behalf of our young women. One way our circles can help us become more balanced women would be to help us in areas that you see us struggling in or give us advice to do better. Another thing would be to inform us on what we're doing good at. Like tell us, oh, you guys are doing good, you're doing good with work, or you're helping out a lot in the house. I see you taking care of your body, your fitness. That would help us know what we're doing good and help us to better ourselves in those areas.
I'm a very hardworking woman, but anytime I get dressed, it doesn't symbolize God's will for my life. Help me to be able to dress more modestly in order to align with the will of God.
Thank you very much. When you talk about a woman being a balanced Christian woman, I think for me, I found an example in the life of Deborah. She was a balanced Christian woman. The Bible says she was a prophetess, she was a wife. Probably she had kids, but the Bible never told us about it. So I believe for her to be that means her husband was supporting her, the church community was supporting her. So for me and other women, being a balanced Christian woman, that means we need the support of our husband, we need the support of the church community to be able to achieve all that. And sometimes it's not easy doing that, but as a husband, as a pastor, and kids in the church, you have to help us out to be able to live that, because that is what God expects of us. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all about balancing our life in our home as a woman, and how the men can assist us in one way or the other. Sometimes as a woman we have so much that is going on in us. We need the men to be by our side to help us, and sometimes when we are so busy with other things, we need the men to understand where we are and what is happening to us. And we also need the men to also encourage us when we are always like talking about career. We need the men to be there with us. And also sometimes, we women, we do more of school runs, and sometimes because of you are tired, for you to read your Bible, you find it a little bit difficult. But once the man is there to assist, you're able to do some certain things that you need to do. Men are the crown of our head. It's only when a man stood by a woman, the woman get to every level of life she wants to get to. But when a man decided not to stand by you and you are trying by yourself, it takes time. We also need a man to be by our side whatever we are doing, to look at our children, to look at ourselves, to know when we have pains and what we are going through. Thank you.
I'm appealing to all the men in my life. It's very easy to get wrapped up in the work that we do that we forget our health. I get wrapped up in things at church, I get wrapped up in things at work, things with my family. I get so caught up in the things that I have to do that I end up forgetting about my health. Because I'm trying to look for something to eat very quickly, I end up settling for, McDonald's or fast food, or sometimes there's some nights I just end up not eating at all. So I'm appealing to any and all men in my life. If you ever see me in a situation where I am just stretched too thin, remind me to take care of my health, please.
The one thing a man can do to help a woman to be balanced in her life is to have patience and understanding when she don't feel too well, when she don't feel like cooking for the day, when she don't feel like doing the laundry, when she don't feel like taking care of the children because she's dealing with a health issue. A man could, that's when we need a man to step in to help us with those things, to help us keep us balanced in our daily life.
I wish I can talk for 100 women, but maybe I will not be able. But I'm just going to try to speak on behalf of the women. Everyone wants us to be balanced. They want us to be good wife, good spiritual leaders, and so on. And then there's a lot that we are expecting to get to where people expect of us. And for the women, we are always busy in every area. If you leave us, we are going to walk and drop. So we appreciate if the entire community, husbands, our children could help us. Sometimes when we are too busy, look for a way to help us relieve us of what we are doing. Don't allow us to be the person cleaning everything and doing everything, and then you expect us to go back and pray again. You expect us to now look into your affairs and see how you are doing. You expect us to be a wife again. No, we expect you to find a way to help us. Even husbands, if you don't nudge us, stop working. A typical woman will work and work and work. 12 o'clock, you see working, you see wanting to do the last cleaning. You can tell the woman, okay, enough is enough for today. Just come in and sleep. What about just taking your wife to a hotel and say, I need you to rest for 2 days, for 3 days. Just stay there, don't come back home. I'm going to keep the kids. That would be very nice. And if we have rest, then we can be rested enough to even think of studying our Bible and praying. Sometimes we talk too much on the phone. I'm telling you, it might be good stuff, it might be bad stuff. But I would expect that at some point, a brother in the house, a husband in the house, or anybody will say, honey, I think it's enough. Can you just come rest? Can you tell the woman to go away? Or can you, do something else? That way we are going to take our attention from maybe talking on the phone to going to praying or studying or cooking food for the house or doing other things. There are so many other things that we expect, but we are saying, we want your support. Be there for us, appreciate us, and remind us of basic things that we are supposed to do. Because not that we don't know, but we forget or we are overwhelmed. But if we are there for us and then you keep telling us, did you do this one? What about this thing you talk about? Did you go to see this? Did you go to do this? You help us. Because if you don't, sometimes we are too overwhelmed about all the work that we have, and then we don't get to doing much, and you turn around and you're like, you didn't cook food, or I don't understand your prayer life, or did you go see this other person and we did not do it? Please, whatever way you could help us and let us try to pull ourselves together, whether it's in our health, whether it's in our spiritual life, or even in our career. If we need to go back to school, tell us, go back to school, and we will support you. God bless you.